Helen, you remember a hired man, and his name was Bill Vetters. He might you might remember him. I think he was even there when you were. And I think he was the one that was part Indian. And he would wake up and come in for breakfast, and he wouldn't say a word to anybody. And uh, Ernest's father would remark about it. I think he's going to quit today, but he never did. The other one would say, no, that's just the Indian in him. He won't talk until he gets something to eat. But his name was Bill Vetters. And then there was another hired man. His name was Jalmer Sansness, and he's the one that spoiled you. And I don't know if you ever got over it or not, but one of the first things you learned to say was Dalmy, Dalmer, Dalmer, because you wanted Jalmer to hold her. And I think he was an older brother or an uncle to James Sansness and Elvin Sansness later on.
Hey, tell me the story about Jimmy Hicks.
About Jimmy Hicks. Ellen knows more about Jimmy Hicks. But Father had some poles or something that he was going to deliver down the other side of Melville. And he was delivering his poles and started up the road, and he saw this kid walking along there up the road, and he stopped to give him a ride. And the kid's name said it was Alan. His name was Alan, but Father brought him home and called him Jimmy Hicks, and we all thought that's the only name we knew about Alan Storm was Jimmy Hicks, but he was about 14, 15, maybe 16 years old. But he was from Wyoming, and he said his mama had about 4 kids, and she didn't have any job and didn't have enough food to go around, so she sent him out and told him to go find something to work at someplace, because she had too many kids to take care of. So he went out walking there and got his way to Montana, and he'd heard that they might have some places that hired hands up around Melville. So he was heading toward Melville. Well, he told Daddy told him he had lots of milk here, but lots of work here, but nobody got any money to pay you, but you can come on home. So he got him home, and so Jimmy put his one shirt in the bunkhouse and started working. But he wasn't a very good worker, especially in the timber. And Ernest said, by the great horn spoon, that bull never learned to be a lumberjack. And Ernest was right. But he worked at it anyhow. And maybe they could use him for a cowboy, but he couldn't tell one cow from the other. One of them was black. He didn't know whether it was a black cow or a red cow. And he kind of liked that. But he was about Jack's age. And he could go in and talk to Jack, and Jack was still alive and still in bed, failing. And so he had a job at night talking with Jack when he got off work. Then he had another job. He was our bucking horse. He'd get down on his hands and knees, and I would ride him out on the front lawn and buck him out. And after I had him bucked out good, why, Barbara could even ride him without falling off. But he stayed, I don't know, I guess he might have stayed 2 years with us. And he went to Melville, and well, Paul Van Cleve was looking for a chore boy. And so he hired Jimmy Hicks. And a few weeks later, he come. My dad saw him. He said, I thought we would know something to do, but he's not a very good chore boy. but he liked to play cards and be with the kids. And about 19, 20 years old in Melville, because those were Depression times, and there was a group of young people like that didn't have any work to do, nothing to do, and they played cards and so on. And those Melville kids, he got with them, and then later on he went to Billings and got a job, went in, and the war broke out. They drafted him into the army, sent him overseas, and he died in the invasion of Italy. And that was Jimmy Hicks, but I don't know where Daddy got the name. I guess that was some of the British influence and the kid that didn't have any parents or something